What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OG GM, coming to you live and tired here at a wet site B on this Wednesday morning, 2023. It's the 15th day. It's 8:30. It's raining, and it's time to take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game physical products that should be on the shelves at your friendly local game store. Unless you live in a city like I do, where you have like 10 stores that would count as friendly local game stores, none of which support role-playing for reasons I still do not understand. But I'm not bitter. A warning, this is probably going to be my last SteamYard for a while, because apparently I'm running out of SteamYard time for the month, and I want to be able to do the Hawk the Slayer showing coming up. So yeah, we got to keep these to a limited. Anyways, this is what's out there this week. And first up, from Frog God, one of my favorite publishers, we have Fungus God from Outer Space and Heresy of Rot. These are both for 5e, Castles and Crusades, OSR type systems. So basically these are system neutral type adventurers that can be easily adapted to your favorite D20 game, be it 5e, be it something from the OSR, be it something from Castles and Crusades. Each are $25. Fungus God from Outer Space pretty much tells you what you have to deal with right there in the name. You've got a fungus monster that fell from outer space, and you've got to deal with it and what it's doing to mess up the world. And we have Heresy of Rot, which deals with a shadowy cult that is preying on an unsuspecting town. Then from Goodman Games, we have Monsters and Magic of Lankmar and the Prism of Redemption. This is for their 5th edition stuff and their Lankmar stuff, because Goodman Games currently owns the rights to Lankmar. If you're not familiar with Lankmar, it's the Vafford and the Grey Mouser series, one of the many influences that helped create original D&D. $10 for the Monsters and Magic of Lankmar and $18 for the Prism of Redemption. Monsters and Magic of Lankmar for $10 is pretty much self-explanatory. It's new monsters and magic for the Lankmar system. And Prism of Redemption is a dungeon crawl for characters 6th through 12th level. Wow, okay. From Mana Project Studio, we have Nightfall adventure book. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Nightfall, a horror fantasy setting hardcover adventure book. That's all one word. That's all one name. Okay. Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Nightfall, a horror fantasy setting, comma, hardcover adventure book. People get mad at me for not using commas. Dear God. That should be a semicolon. That should be a common. That should be a common. Yeah. So $35 gets you Nightfall. It's a horror fantasy setting. It includes 6 adventures. Wow, really? That's all Banner Project Studio told the people about this product? What, was it your day off, advertising guy? From Metal Weave Game, we have Baby Beastery 2023 calendar. It's a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition calendar. Features 12 monsters of beasts, some GM ideas, and some ideas for RPG holidays. And they're all cute, so you don't want to kill them. Also, it is March, so 2 months have already been gone from your calendar. Maybe you should have waited till December of 2023, because it's only 9 months to Christmas. Dear God. From Exalted Funeral, we have for Troikia, what? A word, okay, Faktionz, faction, OV of DA da GRYMDIRK Grimdark IMPERIVM Imperium. Oh, we're trying to be clever and sound vaguely Latin. And then we have the hybrid bone efficiency crucible of the Urgent Chimera. These are both for Troikia, OSR, OSE, various low power, slightly gonzo D20 systems. $10 for Factions of the Grimdark Imperium, $15 for Hybrid Bone Efficiency Crucible of the Urgent Chimera. Factions of the Grimdark Imperium is a Bestian faction sourcebook of satire. inspired by a certain war game that readers may or may not know. So they're making fun of Warhammer. And then the other one is an adventure for a bunch of second-level PCs. They'll go and deal with the inside of an old volcano that may or may not be still active. And then there's the Chimera. From our boys, our friends over at Troll Lord Games, we have the Castle Keeper's Guide for $50. It's the 4th printing of the Castle Keeper's Guide. One of the last projects Gary Gygax worked on before he left us was Troll Lord Games. So you will, if you are a fan of AD&D and Gygaxian writing and Gygaxian Dungeons and Dragons, and you want to continue to live up to his legacy and support the legacy, get this for $50. And from Onyx Path Publishing and the ever-continuing who exactly owns the rights to the White Wolf stuff, we have Scion, Masks of Mythos, and Scion Dragon. These are for Scion 2nd edition, $55 each. And these are additional stuff to add to your Scion universe, if you're familiar with the Scion universe. Scion universe is basically quasi-superheroes, but not really. It's, there were gods, and then they had kids. And you're playing one of those kids. So think American Gods by Neil Gaiman. $55. So my recommendation for this week will probably be, Castles and Crusades. Or maybe the Frog God stuff, just because I love everything that Frog God does. And it's my favorite campaign setting that isn't Freeport. And I usually just put Freeport in the Frog God setting that I use when I'm running. So there you go. So if any of those sound like something you want to pick up for this week, head on over to your friendly local game store. But first, call ahead to make sure they actually have it in stock. Because if you're like me, you might live in a town where you have friendly local game stores that don't actually support gaming. But I'm not bitter. I'm the OG GM. And if you appreciate this nonsense, please let me know. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please support. Yeah, if you're feeling like spending some money on this rainy weekend, why don't you just head on over to my sponsor, Big Geek Emporium, and spend some money on my amazing merch. And speaking of merch, who wants to see a King Slime t-shirt? Huh? Yeah? Huh? All right, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Stay safe. Get off my land.